And take your seats. We'll go ahead and get started. So leave that hold on. All right. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see everybody here tonight. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. A lot of nice stuff everybody brought in tonight, too. So, do we have anybody that willing to take meeting minutes tonight? Scott is out. You got him? Corey's got him? All right. Thank you, Corey. Second. Everybody say aye. Any nays? One nay. All right. Thank you for that, Corey. Actually, let me hit this button. I'll just have a recording of it also. All right, so we're on YouTube right now, streaming live. We're back up and running on that now. So I'll make sure I put the link in the emails. I think I forgot about that last night after I got home. Let's see. Minutes from the last meeting, Scott sent out. Remember. I wish I could talk. Member dues are due. So if you haven't paid your dues yet, see Crowbar, Jerry. Pin Turners Gathering is coming up this weekend. So I think there's still time to register. I don't know how much when the late fee kicked in, if there is any. And all these links are in the email Scott sent out last month. So if you want to go to one of those sites, the Louisville AEW Symposium, June 1st to 4th, is coming up. So he was still looking to see if we had 10 people going. I don't think we ever had enough to do it. So
I just talking from AEW said that if we put 10 people, though they were from a different club, we could still register as a group of turners from Central Illinois,
okay.
as opposed to the specific club. Then we get the discount then. So you know, for club.
All right. Last one in brings donuts. Yogurt donuts. Okay. Yeah, if you do need some water, there's a pack of water in the back there by the door. So help yourselves. Wood turning cruise. I think Jerry, you're going on that one, are you? Do they make the ship out of actual wood? Do they actually make the ship out of wood, or do you got to make it as you go? Yeah.
Without creating.
Yeah. Ohio Valley coming up on October 13th to 15th. Big one. I think I heard some people talking about this one is the Urbana Landscape Center. That's a great resource to get some free wood and finding some good chunks out there. I think I said Jerry found that beautiful leopard-looking wood you brought in a few years back. Just a monster piece.
I gotta talk to you. Picture out there about trying to spend pulling, but a ring wood.
Huh.
I think so. Slicing up some of the split guy. Right now they've got some hackberry that's got a little bit of slight sculpting into it. Not very big piece. One inch thick, maybe 6 inches wide at the most. But they do have a white oak. It's about 14 feet long, about 30 inches.
Wow.
Hack Ferry, they were selling for $1.50 an order, but I think they want free. So I told them to get they're going. We're a lot of guys.
Are they charging for that, or is that
Realistic prices.
real? Is it? I well, wow. Yeah, you have to sticker it and let it air dry for a year or so, depending on how thick it is. Yeah, sounds interesting. So if you need to find out where that is, the link's there on the notes from last month. May's coming up. We got the tool sale. So if you like to bring tools in, if you want to send photos in instead of bringing something in, like if you have a big piece of equipment, I know Mike, you were selling some big lathes, and like a couple other people had some lathes or something, other tools. I think I've got a small bandsaw I want to get rid of, but if you have tools or any equipment like that you want to bring in, we can put it up on the TV and you look through it as have it scroll through, or if you want to bring it in for sale.
Probably not.
Is that what's over there? Just in it.
Never been set up.
Just a FYI, this one that's back here on the fiberboard, that's one of the club members here, so try not to mess with it too much. Don't want to tear anything up. It's always fun to come in here and move everything out of the way. Uh, Turning Saturday coming up. Um, in October, I need to get with Mark and find out more on that. Need to make a note of it. I don't know what is going on. I know there was some discussion on it, so I don't know if it's either we're going to try for it this year because Lincoln Land was originally scheduled to do it, and I think Bloomington's taking it now.
I don't believe in start again like we used to what we got.
Yeah.
That said, actually,
Yeah. So if you have ideas for turning October, turning Saturday in October of next year, we'll start thinking about that now. Maybe get a little committee or something together going to figure out what demos and contact other clubs. Let me make a mark of that.
like, I don't not.
All right. Bob Griffin proposed a demo wig stand at CU Woodshop in October, in line with the Cancer Awareness Month. And if you have any wood that you'd like to donate for that, Lori?
Make for as many wig stands as we can make. They're in his shop.
Okay.
Set up. I told him that as a group, we go to, he's like, well, what's the schedule? How you want to set the schedule? And so I said, as a group, we'll decide. I mean, do we want to do it on the weekends? Do we want to go in during the week? And we would get him a schedule, and we could go in and set up in his shop and turn wig stands, and he'll donate all wood.
Okay.
So we were supposed to talk about it this weekend. Yard, but we were just too busy to get that discussion in, but I'll be back over here again to talk to him some more about it. But I did call him and ask him if he'd donate all of the wood and if we could turn there in his shop and we set up, figure out some way of, getting us Brian, when you can do some advertising and say, hey, they're going to be set up, Flatland Woodturners are going to be in here set up. If you have a family member, to Cancer Awareness Month,
Yeah.
willing to do whatever we want to do. All we have to do is get a schedule to him, and he's good.
Okay.
Laurie, can you know how many weights he has available?
He has a new Raycon, and then he has this one that anybody else will turn on. I just don't want to turn on. He's got a green one that used to sit back, but he's only got two legs. I'm willing to take over my Raycon. I could leave my Raycon over there for a month. You know, more
Maybe.
I do know. Ryan and I are in having talks about it, but he has two over there now, and I'm willing to bring mine over for a month. So,
Okay.
yeah. But he goes, I got plenty of wood. I said, he was very open to it. He even said he would do advertising for it, for us being over there. And like, let's say John and Sam wanted to go over there and turn, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if somebody else wants to go over there and turn, or whatever.
Yeah, there might be somebody to do cutting boats and stuff.
I think he's gonna have those, I mean, all the information we need, if we say we need, like, I don't know if we have a goal, like, we're gonna do 200, let's say. We're gonna need 200,
Right. Bottom.
top bottoms and, yeah. So if we let him know, he'll get it cut up. So,
It takes like,
uh,
how long does it take to make one?
it takes some of us a hotel.
Yeah. Well, higher affirmation.
Well, how long would say it's a turn range? So Sam, 45 minutes or an hour. So let's just say an hour.
45 minutes.
Yeah, well, if we just go with an hour, we could do, yeah, especially with me turning.
That's not counting putting the finish on it either.
Right.
That takes as long as,
That takes longer than the
yeah,
job.
I can turn on a whole lot quicker than I get a finish.
Right.
Yes. Sitting and putting on and finish.
Does anybody have a feel heating sprayer? Probably how it does. Right.
How
It's fresh, you're wrong.
How you go?
Sprayer.
Where did you finish?
Shut there, but we have a sprayer, yeah, didn't say it.
Oh, yeah. That was my take on that.
Okay. Anybody that have an idea of what month we'd like to do that, if we want to do that?
I thought we were gonna.
October?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to do it like end of September or before that, or
Yeah.
yeah, October would probably be the best. Yeah, that's definitely we need to find out. Yeah.
Like, when do we want to do it?
That's the other thing Jerry mentioned there too. Might be button up against the October turning Saturday. But that's usually the third weekend or fourth weekend in the past.
You were. And they do like. Just leaks get go.
Okay.
Well, I think also in October, they have that in Indiana, West Harrison,
The
what they call it.
Cincinnati area.
Yeah, that's in October, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I will.
because at the top, also down. The Ohio Valley, and that.
13th to the 15th in October.
But we have people going to that one.
You're not very many. Well, you.
Yeah, like last one, like you and I, Jerry went to that one in 2019. That was the last one, I think. Sure.
So I live over here in and around Champaign, so we could hop over for an hour or two and leave and hop back over, you know. Chris can go over in between classes.
That's what I was kind of thinking, maybe something around the end of September, with as busy as October is.
When cancer aware. That's the whole purpose, doing it, it's center right.
Or donate them out.
Makes it, if we make an appointment during the week,
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't know what that's gonna,
yeah, thing, I mean,
yeah, see.
We just do it when we can, and if it's the weekend of the turning Saturday, nobody goes.
Right, exactly.
Unless they don't wanna go to the turn Saturday.
Here are the dates. Do you wanna participate? This is it.
Right.
So
right,
let's not make it dog and pony show on it. Let's just.
and they're
do it.
both on Mondays, so actually it's just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Saturday they close at 3, so,
Lori, you're in charge, just let you know the day.
Or it's not a date, it's a.
It's multiple dates.
like a schedule, and I'll let Kim know.
Ask him if he would do, I don't know, for this.
I will ask him.
Because otherwise it's gonna be a nice shot like this. Because otherwise it's not gonna be that show. I can't, it's hard for me to get over there.
Right.
Do we, tell them what kind of wood we wanna turn? And they'll have it for us or?
I'm gonna mention Jerry. I mentioned Jerry.
I don't know, if it's right, we can expect them to try it all, I would. You know, if we had some,
Right, exactly. We got some of it. Pretty, our members.
because if he's letting us have the space and the publicity, maybe we can bring some of our own, but.
Well, right, and I agree with that, but when I talked to him, I said, it's a win-win for both parties, for everyone involved. It's a win-win for the cancer awareness month. It's a win for you. If people find out they've got wood turners in there at your shop, turning weight stations. That's a win-win for you. It's a win-win for us to be able to come and give back to the community. So, he really made it seem like it was a big deal to slide the wood. What kind it will be? I mentioned cherry. Yeah. I like some of it is in this turn. I think that's a nice, yeah, it's a nice percentage. But, and since the next one in line is Lori's Ladies Day, we are not doing it 22nd because that's my grandson's first baseball game, so I will be. So Carolyn and I are still working on Ladies Day for, we are going to continue to have them throughout the summer and the fall and the rest of the year. So I'll have more on that once I get Carolyn again.
Okay. Just let us know what day.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you. I think we voted last month, a week stand challenge, we're gonna move that doctor. Here. We're still trying to get somebody in Champaign, so if anybody has any ideas. Any camping center in Champaign, we tried Carl, we tried OSF now, and I got a response, I've got the nurses at work trying to see if they can find someone around the area of Champaign and like it's just.
Okay, well, I took 42 weeks stand up to the Jordan, right after. Right now, they have sufficient inventory, they're not. Charles and Matt Dune, Sarah Bush, they've got inventory there as well.
Can we start posting something on our Facebook page? I saw a post on a Woodturner page where the guy was like, where can I donate them? But then on the same page, I saw where can you find,
Yeah.
where can you get them from?
Well, the only problem with that, it's not a problem, it's expense. I had a lady, well, she contacted the club. I got a hold of her, turned her a week stand, but it was a little under $11 shipping. So, you know, that's something you don't want to get into, making 50 week stand, and then having to ship them.
Right.
That gets expensive pretty quick.
Well, I think more along the lines of an individual.
Well, this was an individual.
Why am I like not 50?
Yeah.
I'm asking them to pay for shipping. Or I'm that kind of person, you know, like, I'll make it, we'll make it. But let's split the shipping. The shipping's gonna cost $11 to get to you. You wanna put $5 towards it? I don't have a problem with that. But I think there's a way we can benefit our communities with our skills. And, yeah, I mean, it's a win-win for us. It's a win-win for them.
I just remember I got one. I got wine and a whole one. Sitting in a bag of my own. So I did everyone's out. Alright. So it seems like I'll get something right. Alright, yeah, so if anybody has any ideas of other places around Champaign Bay or other surrounding communities in the area.
Has anyone reached out to Shelbyville or any of those?
Don't know. I just kind of thought of it too, because it shows her curving over in Monticello.
Yeah, Kirby.
Yes.
I just get a hold of my contacts, send them my contacts, send them out in the field and have them branch out.
You know,
Let's see.
my cousin, he's got a niece on his wife's side that works on her curves labs.
Shoot, Kevin at church. We went through it.
Alright, demonstrations, Jerry Reeves.
Kirby.
I said, I'm trying to think of it last time, like, Terry?
Jerry Road, Jerry Reed.
Yeah,
Jay.
Jerry, now I'm stuck in it.
Yeah.
Terry will be making, demonstrating a basket illusion tonight. Also, tonight's member challenge was crack bowl in a bag, so you brought a crack bowl now, but, got one. That never exploded on me when I was trying. May, we don't have anything lined up right now, because that's the, tool. Swap. Everybody has any ideas of maybe a little demonstration or something along with that, or?
I could do the October one that we have scheduled in May.
They'll show you a swap around, because this was where Scott, I saw your email back and forth with Scott on it.
I could do either.
Yeah.
Well, how much do you want?
Okay, just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, the whole tool swap idea, how many people will think will bring a tool in, or photo or something along those lines?
What do you bring?
With one, else.
So this shows them
Yeah, it's reasonable. Yeah,
I tried to bring that was.
But I could do it now.
yeah.
Help.
If you want to go ahead and do the next, we'll do that.
Sure, I think in May, fire setting up the lake. So,
I don't plan to turn the lathe.
Okay.
I'll have all the steps laid out. Have them already cut, put them together.
All right.
That's what it's suggestion.
That's all I'm gonna do. If you want to do, go ahead and put information. I don't have to worry about November.
All right. Well,
November, October.
we won't need the lathe.
Okay. All right, Jerry.
Yeah. We will have your money. I'll be out now. You're gonna walk 1 off this big driver. Alright, so. So May we'll have Chuck doing the inside out training and then tool swap. So if you have tools coming in then. Yeah, like I said, if you have photographs, send them to me, we'll get them up here or phone drive or something like that, if you want to bring them in on that. I haven't thought of challenge for next month, to be honest. So I'll think of it tonight, come up with something for later. June, Dave Razunas will be doing finishes. Looks like we still have July open, if anybody has any ideas on July. Kurt Rush, he's not here tonight, but he'll be doing multi-axis spindle turning. Corey and Scott will be working out something in September.
It'll be a multi-axis.
The multi-axis project. Will it be something along the same lines as Kurt will be doing, or
No, it's gonna be a multi-axis pole.
multi-axis bolt? Since October's open, Steve, do you still want to go for October? Yeah, I don't remember the deal between October and November. Yeah, it was originally Chuck couldn't do the November, so we swapped October with yours, but when Scott sent this out. That means November and December are open right now for demonstrations. Well, if you have any thoughts or ideas on 1 2 months, let us know.
What about the intern? Anybody want to do some?
Okay, so I mean, I can show you what I've done. When first in the past, I think I want to see the pen turning demo. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Well, I can take the July spot, and that will fill that one.
I think that a pen turner. Does anyone here use a move system? Yes, yes.
The bondage.
Yeah. Do you like the first or anything? You bring out this. Would you like to see out bring or anything? No question.
Alright. Alright, we get down to the bottom here, and that's the end of the meeting minutes. So does anybody have anything new? You like to bring up?
Yeah, I got a guy coming now tonight. And it's a maple tree that's suffering from ambrosia beetle. And it's got one big log on it that's 12 to 14 inches diameter, and it's probably 12 feet long. And if anybody wants any of it, I'll bring it to the next meeting, you can have it. But I don't want to cut up a bunch of it and not taking it home. They probably wouldn't want it in their parking lot. So if and if it turns out when I'm cutting it up, I'm gonna cut them up, whatever the size of the log is, that's I'll probably add an inch or two. And if it's a 14-inch across, I'll cut up an 18-inch piece of wood and bring it up. But if anybody wants any of it, tell me, and I'll bring it up next meeting.
All right, Ryan. All right,
You just got the whole tree spoken here.
I'll bring 10 pieces. I'll buy.
Alright. So Alan Bird brings some ambrosia maple next month. So if you want some of it, ready to buy it to work and face. All right.
Tomorrow evening.
I'll be up there tomorrow.
That's fine.
Pretty silent.
Bring a chainsaw, Lauren.
Two.
Should they run?
Mike, you're good?
They're ready to start anyway.
And, yes, maybe for November. I get no passes, then I'll bring these dinner over tanks, so I'll stuff this in. What is it? Yeah, it's your pictures. You know, though? Like, the Halloween one,
Yeah.
I don't.
Jim Yoder elbow Halloween system?
matter of fact, there's one sitting on that, well, there, I think, they're talking about that spray bottle and stuff. Like I say, it's 6 over here. We had it there a couple months ago. Somebody bought us and you there. Just, yeah.
So, while Mike's looking at that, anybody else have anything? Sure. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with the show then. Is it there?
Well, and what that? Still about you. Okay. That's the same thing they did with Marquette last week one. Well, that's actually.
Well, let me grab some signature real quick.
Yeah.
Anyways, about the plan was not. Why?
Alright. The one thing I want to mention tonight, we're gonna do our show and tell. I want to spin this camera around and I'm gonna aim it down towards that right here. Let me drop it over into that. So when you come up with your item, try to come over here and hold it down right here. So that way everybody can see it. Kind of one thing everybody likes to do, they like to talk to and I'm trying to do the picture of it or get it up on video and you got that. So if you come over here and just right over here. Show that off right now. So this one is one of the crack bowl. And this I found in the scrap bin down here at the CU wood shop one. So I don't know who was turning this one. Was it you, Jim? Hey, was it you?
Try, yes.
Yeah.
I saw it in there too.
Yeah. I saw that there. I'm gonna try it, and I thought, well, kind of sat around, but it's got looks like walnuts, zebra wood, and another chunk of walnut in there, and then Paduke out here on the end. The outside turned fairly decent when I started going to the inside, and it snagged on me and nearly went flying again. So it was pretty well banged up. It's got a crack going from about right here. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it goes down around through here and up to in here. Then another crack going down this way towards the bottom. And of course, this chunk here is missing. So this must have been a spectacular bust when it happens. But I thought it was kind of neat looking. Didn't want to see it just go to waste, especially with that wood. I do think I'm going to dig it and sand it down once more and get one of those kind of ball type sanding deals you stick up in your drill press and just let that go and start sanding down the inside of it and do a little more on the outside. But it's just a beautiful wood.
Sprite again, catch something in that. Boy. So,
No, not yet. I might still do that. I've been thinking about doing kind of like the last gold that I chucked out. I ended up just sanding that. Yeah. Well, the last one I chucked one out a long time ago, and the edge of it was busted, and I took a sander and sanded it down, lit the thing on fire, and did the Shobayashi shoulder sheen, what they're called. And my cousin's wife saw it, and I don't want that. So the tangerine, I gave that to her. But that was my little member challenge for the night. Hopefully I stayed in frame for everybody to see it there. It's good. Kind of showing all the stuff there. But it's just got a finish of some wood doctor, or whatever it's called, full finish on. Which this is what's been ingrained, it just absorbed everything. That was my little.
Take, give it to him.
I don't know, that's one thing.
Head virus, Danville, Chilton, the suburb of Danville. They got cherry and maple. And there's a little imperfection in the bottom that showed up, so it's still powerful. Walnut is all right. This is walnut maple, and the dark maple here. And has little spots in the walnut. Screw it up. Spots in the walnut, not perfect either. This is a piece of English, pretty well solid and pretty soft. And they had to work with it to get it kind of smooth. I put the shiny finish on her, made it look a little better, maybe. And that is this. Curious. I've been busy the last few months and haven't had much time to turn. As John said, he wouldn't hear the end of it. Way back when there was one of the challenges was finials. Well, here's the finials. I turned it. I didn't get the branch. So this one's let's see, Brazilian cherry, both of those, and this is Flatland. Because they go on that Christmas tree I brought way back when with the persecuted. We got 3 of these at home. Thank you.
Yes. Next, so.
Yeah, Tug Bowling. The South Rosanna. Had all this catalpa. And I had a slab of it. And I decided that I'm gonna make a table. So there's the top of it. As you can see, I had to fill some things that got a nice knot in it. But it, you know, it's a big job. It was a nice slab, but I was able to get it. And the bottom, of course, another piece of talpa. Now the stem on it is, you see that is it's Western cedar or yellow cedar. It's around here, you're going to see mostly red cedar. But this stuff is constant all the way through in terms of color.
Did the catalpa have a smell to it?
Usually.
It really has a little bit. As bad as confirmed sometimes. Now, this bowl, Scott Shively put it in. It was one of the last ones left. I think nobody wanted to tackle it because these areas through here were all rotten. Here. And then it has a crack in there and a crack over. Not only that, when he turned it, if you look at the bottom, you see with the pattern there, it's way off center. He had actually turned it, I was at this, because of that, one wing was over an inch higher than the other. When you turn a natural edge bowl, you want both wings the same height. So I took and rechucked that thing with the jam chuck, tipped it around until I got both wings at the same level. And then I have a material called JB Weld, and I just soaked it up with JB Weld several times, put it on, and then started turning. And it turns out it's a beautiful piece of cherry. So, Scott, this is what you gave me. Here. This is the inside, outside. Yep. It's kind of, I'm going to, I'm thinking, I'm trying to have it inside, outside, like that. But I had to figure out how to do that. Ended up, this has to be big enough to slide it in. But then how are you gonna hang it? So I drill a hole through the top, put an ice through a plug and then slid the fuse screw in. And then I went to I I thought, oh, I'll just use a force for that and put an extender on it, and open the hole up to be cut. And you're off the bottom. My extension of my torch is there from about this inch to the door. So you really need to do the extensions. Anyway, so you put drill a hole in the bottom and then plug it in too. Transfer it out. That I still have to figure that out. I'm going for a third and then see thoughts. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still where I. Okay. Sure. Ready for it?
I had a granddog die. He was about 15 years old. Doctor was going to make him a name.
It's later.
Well, it's got big right here. But he's made a box. This is vasculation. Demonstrate, right? I sprayed, usually spray that, finish, flatter. And I done that in, I don't know, I thought, what kind of high gloss? I don't want to buy high gloss, didn't like the mat. Got to sand all that out. Also, I noticed, the flag right now, we got a look from right out. I have a look from right out. That's when I started turning. Yeah, that was my vibe. You're right. Let's do it. Great, great. You want to turn for like about 7 years. We died. Anyway, he had a piece of this Smith on it. He was very good. Yeah.
For the crack bowl project, this is a bowl that I later found out salmon in. And when it started out, it was like this. It was crap. So what I did is made up a new rainbow board, hot melt glued to the bottom, and cut it with a bandsaw. Took this piece out, put the new piece in. So that I wound up that. Did not put this back on the lathe. Reshaped the outside using oscillating spindle sander. Ran it through drum sander to level the top and bottom, and then used part carving and part sanding to create this. My wife and I talked about it. We decided we wanted to
two-section bowl instead of just turning it into a regular bowl. So there's the crack bowl
Wow.
projects. Uh, also have a little, natural edge, ring bowl, live edge ring bowl. And, I believe that this is Frederick. Yeah, I had some wood that I got somewhere that was labeled maple. But it turned out that it wasn't maple. So I'm not sure.
It's not, my,
I thought it was the same thing we talked about a couple of meetings ago in the Senate, but you finish, you can put on. The, red can Minwax antique. See, I mean, here, yeah, well, that's what I thought, but marks. It is what it is. It's labeled correct, right. All right, so this is hay, not Bradford pear. I just had a little bitty slab, not very, deep, so a very, very shallow bowl, and I did the laser engraving on it, so I like it. And then, I did a trumpet, vase. This was my first try at a chevron, tapered bevel stave, and, it's okay, but there's a lot of points that don't get put on a set. But it's beautiful. Okay. Sam Ford from Mount Zion, I just have this Balkan maple olive form that sat in the garage for, I don't know, a couple of years. I really just like it. I didn't know what to do with it. So one day I made a top. And now it sits in the house because of the garage. That's
one was asking for a conveyor. So I could. Okay, this is the crack, bowl challenge. This piece of cherry had a huge crack going through the side. And then one through the top or one through the bottom. And I thought, well, they're not that bad. Why would they turn this in? Well, that crack went all the way to here. And then I dropped it and I cracked it again. So it's still cracking it. Then it also had parking cushion hidden within it. But this was my crack bowl. And it is not a big bowl, but it's not late too. So it's all purpose. So I don't know who brought in that big chunk of cherry with the beautiful cracks that didn't look so deep, but thanks for the challenge. Then this here it says sugar gum on the bottom because that's what I used to call it. It's sweet gum. It's just a little bowl that I made, went way too thin. So I added some embellishment, and that of course is sweet gum, not sugar gum. But I want to point out that it has a tree in it. And check this out. I lost me, but anyway, it's got a tree in it. Right there. Cool. A tree. I had somebody over the weekend ask me if I put that in there, and I said, no, wood talks to you, it doesn't. All these so far have been turned with cargo. So at this point in time, I want to give a shout out to 3 people here. One is John Kreitler, one is Steve Force, and one is Chris B. I had entered the vortex at conditional. Sam helped with sharpening. John helped with having fusing. And then Chris came over and spent probably 4 hours on a Saturday or more. This is my first traditional turn bowl. It's a white birch, and it's absolutely gorgeous and soft. But then Chris and I, in my training, we made this cool little cedar bowl, which, if you pick it up just right, it's perfect. But Chris got it so thin that when I started sanding it, it started creaking and popping. So I had to hurry up and throw some hemp oil on it. And there is a crack in here. You might be able to find it. I'll show you, it's right there, but it started cracking big time while I was trying to sand it. So it took a couple days to get it sanded. And then here's the my second attempt by myself, traditional tools. Little like moment. And then so going into the vortex.
All right, Cody Jones for Banner. So for the strength pull challenge, I got this piece. It was Corey did a bull and it was great. I don't know why he brought it in. It looked real good. It didn't have like a little crack, here, but it wasn't very deep. I think you're just showing off how good of a bull it will bring in. But so took it and I got rid of that crack there. I also like remounted it. So this is hedge, and I was going to make it thinner because I was going to do some sort of carbon on it. And I was going to try and make it easier on myself and make it a little thinner. But then I started like having catches on the lathe, and I decided that it was perfect the way it was. So there are still some catches in there that I've got to sand out. Doesn't have a finish on it yet, but I like the shape. Kind of nifty. So that's my cracked bowl with a bag challenge there. So forward for that. Well, and then got another U root or U stump root done. So that's what this guy is. It's got some purples in there. And it turns out I've got another one that's basically the same exact shape, but flipped upside down. So I have to decide what I like more. The heavier side on the bottom or on the top. But it's a little thick, but I kind of left it that way because if I went thinner, I would have gotten rid of this little piece there, and I also would have lost that kind of bridge. And so, like, I'm okay with it. I mean, some people go for 1/8 inch all the way through, but with these, I'm okay with it being thicker. It's got some heck. So there's that. And then I also got a few plates, and so my brother is a heck of an artist, and so I've got a few plates that I've turned out of just sports that I've gotten, and then I've used some of his illustrations and used my laser to put those illustrations on there. And so I've got 2 of these rhinos here, which is the same illustration. So we're doing this because we're him doing art, so takes a bunch of hours to do one piece, and then he wants to do another. It takes the same amount of time. So this would be the same as kind of doing prints, but put them on wood. And so this is a fun way of kind of collaborating between the 2 of us. And then we also got elephants that he did as well, and a set of frogs. So we're planning on doing more of these, and I think that eventually over the summer, we're going to try and see if we can talk to some zoos, something like that, of doing some way of either putting them in gift shops or giving them as like donor presents for people to donate to zoos, just because, I go into kind of animals conservation. And so it's a way of trying to use both of our either hobbies or whatever you want to call it to do something else with. So got some plates there and pretty fun.
Well, what's the polka dots on, friend?
So those are footprints, and don't know if I necessarily like them as much, so these are, when you get to it, you can see that they're elephant footprints.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
look in the light, it's more noticeable on some of them. But this one doesn't have footprints, but all of them, or at least the rhinos and the elephants, do have a little bit of like cracked earth. So if you look at it, in the light, it's real subtle, but it does look like, cracked soil. And I think that I might like that effect more than the footprints with the cracked soil. Like the footprints almost look a little cartoonish, in my opinion, that I guess detract away from the fact that it's a good, crisp, nice illustration. So, but we're still or I'm still kind of learning what I want to do with them, and she's still figuring out what art styles work best. So I'll play around with it. So that's what I got.
I'm Chris from Champaign. So I've been playing around with little boxes recently. So small one I was called maple, little knob. And then I have one with a larger knob. Out of again maple with a cherry lid and walnut knob. So two boxes, they work pretty well. Then I have my own version of the cedar bowl, from the same log that one came from, more or less. And so this was found at the Landscape Recycling Center. So I was over there and found some red cedar and had a nice decent little bit of a crush in here as well. So these were what I've been doing, but this is where I spent a lot of my time was on this one. So open segmented, walnut, maple, cherry. And the challenge here for me was having the rim overhang so much. And so it was built upside down, built this direction, which meant when it was on the lathe it was sketchy, but I honestly think it works better. So when I finished it, my friends were like, "Did you make a hat?" I'm like, "I guess I did." So yeah, this would be my sombrero bowl, if any. But yeah, glad it did not blow up into a million pieces, because I would have been very sad as I was getting towards the end. So yeah, that's all I've got. But arguably, at practice I was making it, so it's a craftable too.
Chris, do you use a jig for your website?
I have a more or less a lazy Susan with a index ring. So yes.
My name's Logan from Gator. I got a walnut base, a black walnut base. I'm still working on it. I sanded it down to about 1,000 grit, I think. 1,000 grit. I'm still working on the inside. But and then I got a little crack at the bottom. It's really good. Yeah. I don't know what kind of wood this is. It's very wavy, I like it. I found this in like the wood pile for our boiler. And I thought it was pretty cool wavy, so I finished it up and put a nice mineral oil finish on it. I still need sands down the bottom a little more, but very nice. And then I made some sapwood wall. I made some legal lace. It's how
Starting here in Champaign. So I also didn't have a lot of time to get on the lathe and try to find, stuff to out here in court. That's great. So, anybody know what this is? Or maybe those. This is so 3 or 4 years ago, when I bought my first lathe, I got a bag of links with that. So this bowl was cracked like that. You tried to remount it, turn it again, and it cracks again pretty bad. So I was done with that. I glued it together. Now mounts on my wall like this. My fishing sits on that. My fishing sits on that. They show. They're shieldable. Where's the finish size? What? You're fish on fishing, I Fish, yeah, okay. What do you say, fish, you know? Set up. Six. Oh, I see you all say. Don't the trip. Wait, what fish is? But that also reminded me of the potential challenge for next month is to have a turning, but only as a piece of something bigger. So also having other things that are not turned as part of that. So.
Anybody like that idea? So go ahead and say it once more so everybody hears.
Yeah, so only part of your project can be turned. You have to use something else, some other techniques, some other materials, something that is not turned as part of it. So your turning is only a piece of
That you can work in a material with other tools.
absolutely right.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
So hold on, is my shield.
It's official. Alright. So that'll be the President's Challenge for next month. For
Bowl on a stick.
bowl on a stick or some kind of turning or turning on the stick, cane,
Turning on the flatwood, shifter gears for the custom. So, you know, the top part of it is turned at the bottom part of the bottom. So, you know, something in those ways. Yeah, could be anything, but. It's not literally.
Somebody guys, the challenge or not.
This was. That's it.
Alright. Jerry?
That's true.
I find word I skip me out.
Like socks. It's right?
We got stuck on these for a while. These are bigger than the ones where that's gonna be done there.
Let's see this.
And these were done completely all the way around. These are from basswood rather than the hard maple that I used on the smaller ones. And the hard maple took the shadows and the texturing a lot better than the basswood did. I think that was just because I've been used to pushing harder, and then my cutters went in as far as they would go too soon because I was used to pushing harder. And so I had some of them that didn't look so nice. Anyway.
Paint before you.
Pardon?
Did you paint before the master?
Oh no. The texturing with different texturing tools. I use the Sorby texturing tools and the Warner texturing tool and a little round one, or I can put other bits in the eighth-inch what?
Help tool.
Elf tool. I think it's been so long. I don't remember what it's called. And mostly, and the Sorby texturing tools, I mostly use the smaller ones, and some of them I use on the side to get just the like this pattern around here that just looks like scratches in it, and so it's pretty good. It's pretty cool when somebody picks them up and thinks that you did a whole bunch of carving on them. That's like $700. Yes, sir. Jerry, what kind of paint? It's dye. And then I use lining wax. I put the dye on, let it dry good, and I give it a coat or two of lacquer and let that dry good, or I use the heat gun to help it up. So I'm gonna get the heat too close to the lacquer. And then I rub in the lining wax and wipe off as much as I possibly can and make sure it's dry, and then I give it a few more coats of lacquer. And that's all I do with it. I don't think I'll do any buffing on them. If I do, it'll be just the wax one. I'm not going to get white diamond in some of these textures will stay in there, and that can create problems. And I don't think it needs to triply compound, and I'm probably not gonna buff them at all. Or actually, I have Diane buff them, she's been doing my rust in the past couple of years.
If anybody living in an elk tour. Interested in an elk tool, I've got plans to make one for about $3 instead of the $7.
An elk tool?
Yeah.
Elk.
Yeah, it's just a little, it almost looks like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
And you put the little 1/8" bits in it.
Cut it.
Service, but basically you drill it out and then put it very easy. It was just saying. Oh. I'm sure I can do some planning. But you gotta make her down, just make her handle it.
I'm good.
Okay.
I use it all.
Fire.
This was the crack bowl challenge. Sam brought it in, it says it's elm. And filled in the cracks with black CA with satin polyurethane. But if you look in the light, there are a few rotten spots in there, and it's really thin in there. So, but I thank Sam for bringing it in because I got away from doing wood stands. That's what I think counts.
How many weeks then?
17, 425 maybe.
That's all. So, trying to think of what it's going, there's a whole lot of doing lots of things. Wait, like Warren, I don't know. Got a couple of here, honey those. I think this was Hacker. That's really, yeah. I think these are the last two I had from Jeremy Williams. We were trying to just that long. And that's a lead bowl, that's all. Friend of mine actually glued this all up and cut all this and put it together. He used to come to the club a while back, and didn't come anymore, but it was in June of 20 Wood Magazine, I think. And at that time he did a couple and then he got back to him. So and he decided he didn't like the first one. So he cut up a bunch of wood. You got walnut, oak. And I think he ran out of this one for this ash and yes. He thought he cut up enough wood to make 16 out of them. And then when I went to see him a couple months ago, he made a mistake. He got 23 of them. So maybe he wanted to return. Scott, it's like the mom here with walnut oil on it. Was that Dennis? Yeah. Was that Dennis? Dennis Croft, yeah. So he's a machinist. He's very meticulous and actually I probably shouldn't tell him, but anyway. I think on the plans, I printed out the plans, you make your first ring and then you make all the other rings and you stack them on top. But he didn't like the way the rings were coming together with that stupid little metal hose clamp. So he literally made one ring and then he's hand gluing every one on individually. You build it up around like the shower. Yeah. Just. All right, anybody else? Where we going here? Yeah. All right.
We'll go ahead and give away the raffle prize for the night. It'll be right here on the white table. Got some Sam brought a box, a big box of blanks, boards and blanks and stuff. I put some left around.
You should know how to be great.
They got some pin blanks. Who brought the little ambrosia maple block? Down. Pretty little piece. Some tools and all that. All right, so first ticket. $672. So you had 2 out of 3, right?
Wow. I heard that.
Oh, yeah, coming over.
Oh, you're,
Probably is. What'd you have? 10?
73.
73, that probably is mine then. Yes.
I see your screen.
I already know where I'm doing.
Can't find it, pull another one.
Go ahead. You're moving,
I think so.
Hamburger. Alright. I'll find it. Take it later. Probably over there. 679.
you said behind, right?
Yes.
I bought the screwdriver set in, which Mike had donated in the past, and I won. And I needed it for one little torque in there. Since the wires and small.
I only one guy you now.
674. 674. 676. Start with that. Well, both of those are together. 681.
Up here.
Yep.
See, I never checked the chainsaws. I thought I checked, like rough cut. Right. It's, that was too.
All right, 677.
Sorry, there.
I think so. It looks like it's walnut. Yes, it's like a walnut.
Yeah, that was not.
687. 687.
Why, that's money. They. We forgot their big messages.
Push pin blanks. Looks like a piece of ash. Ash or maybe one.
Let me ask you, the ash.
She throw us.
Got two more. 683.
Nobody says her. That's it.
Well, these three are all together, and then I all right, last one. Bunch of pin blanks. 682.
Don't have a uniform, that's long.
Blue motion. All right, that's the one we get. Next ticket's got taken.
Take it.
685.
No. No what?
No, sorry,
pictures.
You want to get in?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so tonight's the bigger old Chuck last month won the big tool, and he brought it back tonight to bring in. And basically, so we'll have this one again tonight. It's up for grabs. It's a tiny tool. Breaker. He doesn't make it anymore. Not on his way.
And Jerry made the hand.
That's the reason why he don't make it. That's the truth. I know a lot of everybody that's interested in lifestyle, so it's fine. So back up, they can just bring it back. Stay that way, right here now. We'll have tickets out here. Let's bring tickets over to Crowbar here just a bit. So, let's see them for the tickets. They bring.
Very hot. Yeah, look at one eight. I'm very sure. You started, I'll make this no time. And to see people. Yeah, sure. I picked one of my hate. Oh, that's in for that's and this piece. Steamer, 10 years. You live here, your life. And John Brown, you have 30 years for it. Oh, right here. Like that, you so, say, so say, you just say, maybe something else, I don't, not even they want, yeah. So, in one way, it's a little, you know, inside is, like, well, I'm saying, I'm just,
So it's higher than the other way is feeling it's kind of and well, yeah, see what it's here. So something like how it's thinking about it. See that right here. It's showing all the rounds. Right, wow. There's different. How many times before? Information, split texts. Why you in your area? We go, what the better, that's not that, this, but yeah, it's been promised to review around Friday, most ever. Wow, but, and you'll guess, when I broke up my daughter, my family, which is a big, and then it started, place shoot, I have 23 now, maybe. And so your pipes. I should have known when I grew up on the email with paper, I took a first of his paper for all his cell phones. Yeah. So yeah, it's so far, we might still do it. So this thing beyond the medical small. Exactly. But it and also be very, what is your girls? What is your what? It's a sense like an sounds like this. That's very good. It's pretty much clear. It's really good. I think it's one of the part of it. Well, it's journal or it's forced to bring people together.
I'm scared. This friends okay, whatever. First, when I saw it on there, I thought it was soon. Right. Yeah. Why very well, I don't want to be negative with this. It's good. It's all that work. Yeah. Activate. Great. The thought is. Why? Yeah, it's a lot of it. So it's. Wow. Yeah. Good. Mouse business. Yeah, you can. Sometimes it's not. But it's not a years old. Yeah, and lots of inheritance. It's most people think okay, lots. Yeah, I was going. I think someone would say to me, "Oh, I'm asking for done." You shouldn't have been one of the mother. I was wondering why. So you got so many of them. And how it's just I didn't feel good. Right. So now we were about so he said the song is coming up so it's got some 33 to and you don't want to get rid of this. But I started doing that and jobs. I don't feel like now. Pick up what we do got these. Man, why don't you from the brand? So it's not people's voice. So it's not. It's so easy. It's like real. There's something like your current board. But